Hi, this is Chase Kelly doing Caribbean music today. Now, I'll be covering Jamaica as well as Trinidad and Tobago instead of just Jamaica. I kind of felt like I needed a little bit of extra information, so that's where I went to. We're going to go through the historical, cultural, and instrumental effects on music in these two regions. Now, starting with Jamaica, British colonization brought drums, rhythmic traditions to Jamaica from 1655 to 1962. Then, through urbanization, Jamaica gained reggae. I also found a Rastafari movement from the 1930s that influenced reggae. It gave reggae a theme of unity and resistance early on. Now, for Trinidad and Tobago, for Trinidad, it also had British colonization. This one was a lot shorter, from 1797 to 1962. They gained drums and folk melodies from the British. Tassa drumming, very interesting, was gained through Indian people in the region. They were also indentured laborers at the time, not free citizens. Now, Africans in the area brought calypso and soca styles of music. Um, the well-known steel pan actually came from oil drums during that 1930, 1940s period in the Caribbeans. Now, for cultural influence for Jamaica, obviously that same movement we just talked about a minute ago, and that folk songs have preserved oral traditions throughout their history. I had looked up some videos on that. It was very interesting. Now, the city culture in Kingston brought life to reggae music and kind of gave it an identity for their people. Um, Now, for our TNT section, we have European and African traditions combined and fed life to a festive rhythmic style of music. We already spoke on the Indian influence with tasso drumming, but there's also a collective identity built through community music making. Now, for instruments, these are kind of my favorites, biggest picks that I wanted to go over. Now we have a steel pan. This is a national percussion instrument. It is shaped like a large metal bowl. It is played with sticks to carry melody. It's typically made out of like a metal drum, like an oil drum, something like that. Now for the conga, this is a tall, narrow drum with only one head, and it's played with your hands. Most of the ones I was seeing had like red, green, black, yellow on them. Now, the clave is hardwood sticks typically struck together. It's extremely important to Cuban music and culture. I couldn't find out exactly why. I just noticed that it kept getting referenced with that culture. Now, excuse my pronunciation, but the gyro is a gourd hollowed out with cuts on the side. You play it with a stick. I remember this from like, elementary school during music class. Um, Now, the maracas, we all know those. Some people even just have them in their attic. They're gourds that are hollowed out and then filled with like seeds, beads, even like sand, just something like that that you can make noise with while shaking. Now, my main reasoning for choosing Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago is because its music scene is honestly one of the most influential in the world. So many global genres trace back to Jamaican styles such as reggae, ska, dancehall. All of that stuff has shaped modern music in a huge way. The island has had a strong mix of African, European, like we talked about, and local traditions that all blend together, and you can literally hear it in the music. It goes back to the Kingston City music I was talking about, and how you almost get like a sense of identity from it. Um, it's also not just entertainment, it's that whole cultural aspect that we just talked about, like resistance, religion's important, and identity as well. Studying it actually shows how music connects people and pushes social change. Jamaica just made the most sense as it's unique, it's powerful, and the music goes way beyond just sounding good. Now, I did want to throw in a video example on YouTube. If I could just play it real quick. But just kind of give a quick little brief demonstration. I mean, you can kind of see why I like it with the sound. I just really enjoy that sound. I don't know